Hello everybody and welcome to another Worldbox video. So we are doing a very basic video today. We are going to have a fight between the four races on this four corners map. Now you'll see here, I just went ahead and added some dirt in the middle because if you don't do this, they're gonna take forever to kill each other because getting boat people to kill each other takes forever. Okay, so we got the four races spawned in now. We have the elves in the bottom right because I wanted a nation there that wouldn't die to the rhinos in the savannah. And that also gives them a little bit of default protection from the other races. We have the humans at the bottom left, we have the orcs at the top left, and the dwarves at the top right. Now, if I had to bet who's going to win, I'd say probably the orcs. For whatever reason, they're just really good at killing all the other races. Probably just because they got a lot of health. But who I want to win? I want the dwarves to win. I haven't seen the dwarves win much. I want to see the dwarves win for once. Okay, let's turn this on supersonic speed. Okay, so what we're seeing first is that the elves are growing really quickly, humans growing really quickly, but so far the dwarves and the orcs, they are really not growing that much. They just got down a village, so that's good for them. They're starting to grow, but their population is a bit behind up here in the top left and the top right, even though I thought those were the two best areas. Wonder why that happens. Maybe they just don't have enough stone or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think what's really gonna matter is who gets the middle first, who gets these islands first, because that's a lot of extra resources. Right now, humans are looking really good, but do keep in mind that human population just is not that strong compared to other populations. They repopulate really quickly. Their people just aren't as strong though. And it looks like we just got a massive war. And we hit Age of Ice, so everything is icing over and my game is lagging. So that's fun. I'm not certain which race that helps the most, but I'm sure we'll see it help someone. Now let's turn this off sonic speed and turn it on 5 times instead. Okay, here we go. I'm seeing orcs here, it looks like, and then it looks like there's another group teamed up with them. Realm of the Evika, which means that the humans and the orcs actually teamed up to kill the elves, and it looks like actually the dwarves as well. So all 3 nations decided, hey, we really hate the elves. So the elves are probably done for, I'd say, just right off the bat. They are just going to get attacked by every witch group. It looks like they're trying to come through here, but good luck with that. Here, let's get this a little bit slower. Yeah, and you can just see the elves getting absolutely destroyed. Their nation's gonna get absolutely hammered right now, if not completely destroyed. All 3 nations against them at once. Man, what did they decide to do that everyone hated so much? And their king just already died? This is going so fast, guys. This is crazy. Look at this huge army in here. How are the elves supposed to protect themselves? They probably have just like a couple children and civilians left. They're already down to 80 population. Look, everyone else is like 200. And they got this huge army in here. It looks like they still walk around the water. I thought they could walk over it, but seems like a not. Now they're just over here in this little quadrant behind the river, but this army has already blocked them in. They are done for here. I wonder if a new update made it so that armies actually finish off a nation, or if they'll still leave them with like 10 people left and let them regrow. Because the old AI was not very smart, and apparently there is some new updated AI on these. And these guys are just so much stronger. What's happening in the other nations right now? The orcs are not growing that well. Humans are growing pretty well, actually. And the dwarves have gotten over to another quadrant, which is good for them. And it looks like they're exploring the top one, which is good for them. And the humans are just founding new village after new village all over the place. They're pushing towards the middle, all that sort of stuff. And it looks like the warring armies, they're done now. They're gonna leave the elves. So my thought on, okay, yeah, they might not annihilate them was correct. I was hoping we would get to see them just completely wiped out though. I was hoping to see something new with the AI, but I guess that's not happening. Thing is though, the elves already have boats. So if we get past Age of Ice, now these other nations also seem to have boats, but they aren't too far behind on the tech tree is basically what I'm saying here, because they had advanced first. But these humans, they're getting out of control, man. I would really like to see the humans win one for once. They normally don't. Okay, let's turn this on sonic speed again and see what happens. Looks like the ice age has ended. We are back in Age of Hope, which means all this ice is gonna melt. And then I think these boats are gonna make a huge game changer after that. Now, the humans are really far ahead right now, but I am not seeing any signs of them doing anything actually aggressive. I'm not seeing them expanding territorially too much. They're doing the land that is just natural to them to expand to, but they're not doing anything like getting an island or anything like that that would set them apart from the other groups. I think these other guys could still come back if they took over an island or two, or took over some of the elf land, or something like that. But so far, no one is doing that. The AI just doesn't seem to like doing that with the boats generally. And oh boy, the dwarves are going to war with the humans. Now, I think the humans are definitely going to win this one, but maybe this will set the humans back enough that we'll be able to see an actual fair fight here. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, wow, this is a massive war. Let's speed this up a bit. Wow, this is just so many people. And I think this happened because their territory started to touch and they couldn't expand anymore linearly, and they were not thinking about expanding to islands or anything like that. And it's looking to me like the humans are just absolutely trashing the dwarves. Like the dwarves do not even have a chance here. The army is just so much larger. The dwarves do still have armies left. They're just so tiny. And they're just coming through here, breaking these houses, all that sort of stuff. And meanwhile, the elves also got an island. And I think what's gonna happen here is the humans are gonna set the dwarves back a ton, but the dwarves are gonna hurt the humans a bit, and they're wasting their time when they could be expanding. It's gonna give the elves and the orcs some time to catch up, and then we'll see a fair fight. We'll see what happens though. The humans are really far ahead, and the humans are just absolutely annihilating the dwarves. We'll see if this lasts long enough to actually get them out of the race. I don't think it will, but it could possibly. I don't know how this new AI works yet. Beat them out of the middle, and now they're coming back in with more armies, or kind of, you know, retreating for a bit, regrouping with this army right here. Age of Tears. Now, once again, I don't know what group that benefits the most, but we have two groups with an island, and we have one group occupying most of the middle, and we have one group that is almost certainly going to lose. This is really late in the game to get hammered this hard. And it looks like every time they send armies out here, the humans just hit them with their bows and beat them up super bad. Let's turn it on Sonic Speed for a bit again. And there we go. Looks like their land kind of touched up against it, and now the humans are gonna go tear up the orcs. The orcs really should have expanded when they had the chance, and not into human territory. Now, there's still way more humans, but just look at how many more armies the orcs have. It's a lot more, and the orcs are just warmongers always, but the problem with that is they just lost all of their armies pretty much. They got a couple left in here, and it looks like a main orc army is actually over here, and they're quickly returning to the homeland, or maybe going to attack the humans. And they really gotta figure something out here if they want to win, because look at all these humans. Looks like the elves and the dwarves are going to war at the same time. So there's a left half war, right half war. And I think the elves are gonna win this one here. They had just got some more population than these guys do. But this one's much more fair than the other one, and really everyone needs to team up on the humans to win this, and that's not happening. Any humans still in the orc territory? No, doesn't look like it. The orcs do a really good job repelling still. They're significantly physically stronger than other races, but they got pushed out of this middle area already, so they lost territory. And good for the dwarves, they got an island up top, and the elves got another island on the right. That's gonna set the humans back. They don't have an island. They're gonna have to fight for it if they want one. And they certainly could. They have the population for it, but generally they just don't. The AI is not like that. At least it wasn't like that in the past, and I still think it isn't like that. And it looks like the humans are losing this little battle over here, but not by too much. And the humans definitely got some armies around still. I just don't know where they put them. The dwarves kind of overexpanded, but they did get this island here, and they should hang on to that. Ooh, humans are fighting for an island, and they're gonna take this easily. This army is massive. I guess that's where they've been accumulating for. They just wanted to wipe out this island. Smart strategy. And there's some orcs here fighting the humans. Looks like the humans repelled them, but there are still active orcs there. And the elves, once again, going more after the dwarves. The dwarves are not completely down and out of this area yet, because these AI they do not go in ham and execute as much as they can, as fast as they can. Now, the elves were smart to really just get allied with the humans, or at least truced with the humans, so that the humans wouldn't fight them. You don't want to fight the big guy when you're the little guy, but they shouldn't be fighting the dwarves either. They should have just bid their time, expanded as much as possible, and then teamed up with the orcs, the dwarves, and they should have gone in after the humans. I'm gonna speed this up real quick, and we'll see what happens. I think we've seen enough of the war for now. I want to see what happens on the overview. Okay. I am going to help speed this game up because these guys just do not know how to take care of each other. So I'm going to add just little paths along each end. Okay, now we go again. Let's see if they actually figure out how to use those dirt patches I just gave them. They should, it's not that complicated. And the humans already figured it out. Wasn't very complicated for them. Let's turn this off Sonic Speed. Let's just turn it on regular 5 times. They're pretty in the middle here. The humans started expanding immediately, which might have been an overexpansion. And all these human armies are on these orcs, and the dwarves are also on the orcs. Maybe with that land expansion, they'll finally be able to actually kill off one of the races, and then we'll see them go from there. We got fighting down here. Looks like the humans are coming in and destroying all these houses, so the orcs are finally losing some meaningful territory. And I'm sure the game would have ended if I didn't add that land, by the way. It just would have taken forever. They just weren't figuring it out. Looks like the humans also are not having a fun time with these elves. They really just want to get rid of something there. Interesting. But really, the orcs are the ones that are taking the biggest hit here. I thought the orcs were going to win, and they normally do win, and the humans are just absolutely taking them out. Looks like their land is even on fire and stuff here. I'm not really seeing much of any armies in their land, like maybe a couple scraps of people, so maybe they repelled the attack, but they are still losing population, and the humans are really building up on their land. This island has orcs, humans, and dwarves now, and it looks like the orcs have a tiny army on it as well. That's funny. Is that where all their armies are left? Looks like they actually had a couple in the dwarf lands. Oh, now it's just everyone against the orcs. I think the humans pulled back, but the elves and the dwarves are on it. They are just done for. That is not good for them. And the humans are just gonna sit here and they're just gonna scoop up all this land, just gonna build right in, and they're gonna keep expanding. Everything's on fire, so all their land is getting useless. All their buildings are going down. Everyone is attacking them. Literally all 3 of the other nations. This is just not a good time for them. They're thinking, why couldn't we get attacked by all 3 nations at once in the beginning? Why now, when everyone has actual armies and land paths? I think the last of the actual orcs are in here, and they're trying to send their king back to the mainland, but I think he's gonna be the only one there. He's gonna die so quick. He's actually living. He's probably pretty strong. The kings have extra strength, and he's dead. Oh boy. They just gotta kick him off his island now, and then the orcs are actually done for. And it looks like the dwarves were destroyed off of here. And wow, the orcs actually cleared themselves an island. They are going to become island people, it seems. We'll see how long that lasts, or maybe the humans will drop off 1 billion people. Looks like the humans have dropped off 1 billion people, but they're also not at war anymore. And the elves declared war on them, but I don't think the elves have potential boat paths over to there, so I don't know what they're thinking. Dwarves with a bit of tactical expansion here. They just went ahead and expanded right after where the humans are, which I think is going to cause them to get attacked. Now, all 3 nations are on the orcs again. I don't know, maybe they're committing war crimes or something. Okay, we're gonna speed this up a bit more, and how we're gonna do that. And I know this is screwing the orcs over. If you wanted an orc comeback, it's not happening. I'm connecting each of the islands, and now they're just going to be peninsulas. And don't worry, not making the ships useless, just connecting each of these by land. Let's play this again. Were they being an Xbox gamer? Because what could possibly warrant this many soldiers going after a nation with 60 people? Look at all these people. Real quick, we gotta turn this off Sonic Speed just to witness how beautiful this is. The beauty of the orcs losing for once. And the elves already expanded to here, the dwarves already expanded to here. The humans didn't. The humans don't seem to be very interested in expanding anymore. Oh, they're all on this ship over here. They gotta kill off the ships or else it doesn't end. And I think that technically means the orcs were completely destroyed. There we go. All their boats are gone. The orcs are gone. How is there an orc left? How did that possibly happen? And if you guys didn't know, they can reproduce with 1 person in this game. So it doesn't matter. They don't need a male and female. They can reproduce still. Are we gonna see the orcs come back from this? Kill them all already. And this peninsula over here looks like it's getting entirely wiped out by the elves. The elves are just done with the dwarves over here. Even though the dwarves civilization over here was really advanced, they just do not have the people over there to do what is necessary. Oh, we got an actual war here. The The elves are doing a really good job actually clearing them out over here. Their main nation's gonna be a heck of a lot harder. The dwarves also are getting rid of these guys over here, and I think the orcs died for real this time. I don't know how the orcs came back in the first place. That was ridiculous. Elves are expanding into the dwarven land, and the dwarves population is not keeping up with the war right now. Looks like the dwarves are going to lose today. I had wanted to see the dwarves win. And I think this is it for the dwarves this time, for real. I thought last time was gonna be it, but this is it for real. Look, they just cut their nation in half. I think there's only the one leader back over here, and then the boats. And I think the boat's down. I think that's it for the dwarves. Now, let's just whisper of war right here, because I don't want to take 12 years waiting on this. Let's just have the humans get rid of these elves and finish this. We don't need to wait. It's only the 2 nations left. These elves are locked in by all this land. I still seriously think we're gonna see like one of these boats had like 50 people on it or something. The boats in this game just need more combat mechanics. I wanna see boat versus boat combat. Looks like they got their king left, but not for long. He's just, I don't think he's actually running. I think he's getting beat up and getting pushed around. Oh, and there they go. The humans are victorious. Now, if you liked this video, make certain to subscribe, and if you would like me to do another video, just comment the idea below, and I will try and make that into a video. I am a very new channel. I would greatly appreciate anything like that. It really helps tell the algorithm, hey, this is good content. I would like to see more of this.